Alright guys, we're going ice fishing today. Gotta put some ice fishing stuff in my car and take some other fishing stuff out of my car. Gotta go into my shed and get my ice fishing stuff. Gotta get the auger and some other stuff. Oh yeah, we're good now. Alright, we're gonna wake up the city here. Loves it. It says we got 19 degrees here. Maybe that's right, maybe it's not. It's cold. It's not too cold, but 19, yeah, it's probably 19. We're gonna let the car warm up, and then we're gonna make a move, go over to some frozen lakes and try to catch some fish. Alright, well the great thing about living in a big city like Philadelphia, not only is like the fishing all beat and boring and destroyed, but you know, in order to get to like the destroyed fishing spots, you have to sit in traffic. And I've been sitting in traffic for like 5 minutes. And then I realized I didn't get a license yet, so that's what I'm doing. I'm using this time to buy a fishing license because it is a new year and you gotta make sure that you have your license. So that's what we're gonna do while we sit in traffic. Alright, we got the license. So yeah, whenever we make it out of this traffic, we're gonna end up at French Creek State Park, which is a state park in Berks County, like an hour outside of Philadelphia. And there's two lakes there. One is called Scott's Run, which is 22 acres. It's got trout stocked, it's got pickerel and bass and panfish. And then there's Hopewell, which is 68 acres, not stocked. It is a big bass lake, meaning that the bass have to be 15 inches in order to harvest, which some pickerel, there's a couple pike in there, and perch, crappie, stuff like that. Nothing really good. There's really nothing great at these places. Alright, Wawa didn't have batteries. I need batteries for my flasher, so we gotta go to Acme. This day right here, this is good weather. We got like a overcast kind of looking thing. Buy one, get one free. Alright, there it is. It's all locked up. This is Scott's Run Lake. All locked up. I know for a fact that was all open water yesterday though, so that's all unsafe. The only safe ice is going to be at the upper end of the lake, up here. Alright, so we just got to the lake and it's nice out here. No wind, overcast, super quiet, no one else around. We don't have like a ton of ice here, but we have enough. That's gonna be 2.5, 3 inches, 3 inches. I don't know, that crack that formed right there is kind of sketch, you know? I don't know, it's kind of sketchy. Let's see. Not much, you know, that's not much. If it was an inch thicker, it'd be a lot safer. I don't know. You know, that's barely doable. I don't know, I feel kind of sketchy about it. Just because both of these holes, you know, cracked like that. I don't know, that's just kind of weird. What we're gonna do is walk the shoreline and then go check that thickness out there. Maybe it's thicker. I'm gonna stay in this shallow water, you know. I'm fishing solo today. Don't want to fall through. So we're gonna just be cautious about it. So every hole I drill, there's like a nice crack, and like that doesn't necessarily mean that ice is unsafe. You know, there's just like a lot of pressure on this ice right now. It's so fresh, you know, it's thickening. It's under a lot of pressure, and like anywhere I drill, it's like some kind of pressure release, and it's gonna happen. You're gonna get these cracks. Let's see exactly. Actually, it's that thick, dude. That's good. That's fine, dude. I think this ice is fine. All right, this ice. You know, first black ice like this is the safest ice of the season. Strongest ice of the season, I should say. It's like freaking tough, you know. Once it gets a little white, it starts getting like oxygen bubbles, air bubbles in it. You know, it starts to get a little weaker like throughout the season, but very slick ice. Let's get our stuff and fish. So yeah, the ice is 3 inches here, just barely safe. You know, I would consider 3 inches to be safe ice, but generally it's like a rule that 4 inches is safe ice. So I mean, this is like definitely a little risky. You should always be smart and safe when you're ice fishing, because it is dangerous. You know, if you fall through, it's no good. So yeah, we're gonna just go fish out there. It's like 2 3/4 inch thick. I'll show you what I got here. I went to the tackle shop yesterday and I bought some ice fishing stuff. I bought like some Swedish pimples, gold one, pink one, silver one, and I got this thing, the Haley jig. Those are good. Same thing as a Swedish pimple just about, but a little different. I got these jigs, cheapo jigs they had at the counter. Let's see, some kind of jigs, yeah, something like that. And then I got these, which I think I'm going to start off with today. I bought a 50-pack trout magnet heads. But this right here, I have a feeling this is going to work good for trout. Little tiny jigs. They got some hair on them, chartreuse hair. And I'm going to put a waxworm on there. Tiny little jig. We're fishing mainly for brown trout here. This is what they stock in here, is brown trout. We went like 40, 50 feet past my last hole. Drilled another one here. It's refreshing to see this ice is slightly thicker. Oh, we got him. What is it? It's a perch. First fish. Turns out there was something down there. Believe it or not, that's the first perch I've ever caught out of Scotts Run Lake. And I've been fishing here since I was probably 12 years old. It's always kind of like I always go for the trout and fish like the deeper end. I never fish the shallow end. That's a perch. He'd be good to eat, but I'm not interested in eating them. So I'm gonna throw them back. And that's our first little fish of the day. See how many other little fish we can catch. No. I'm gonna try this hole, see what we got down here. This little flasher is real good. Oh yeah, 8 feet of water. Yeah, this flasher is awesome. It burns through batteries, which kind of stinks, but it's cheaper than a lot of other electronics that are out there. $200 or like $160 for this piece of equipment is pretty good. I couldn't justify spending $500 on like an actual Vexillar, an actual unit, just because, you know, some seasons there's no ice, and it's just like, seasons there are ice, I only use it for a month anyway. So at $200, that solid dark mass right there is the bottom, and that thing just moving up and down, that's my jig. I mean, it's clear as day, you know, you can see that real easy. And when a fish comes through, you'll see it, you know, usually below your jig. You'll see like another blob, or you'll see the bottom start moving. And that is for this rod. It's kind of like the cheapo weighted dead stick. So like right there, you know, we can just let that rod sit there. So what I'm going to do is put a fat head minnows. Like this. And we're just using a trout magnet jig head, which we're going to hook through the tail, just like that. But that's the strategy right there. And you can see that minnow kind of off the bottom. He's flicking around down there. We'll go with the pink pimple. Maybe the pink pimple will get him. Scent is pretty key in the wintertime. You know, these fish pretty inactive, and having some scent on your jig is huge benefit. Oh, where's something? There's a fish. Another perch. Look at that one. Look at that perch. That's alright. Another nice perch. That one's decent. That's a good perch right there. Took the pink pimple, the waxworm. That's not bad. 11-inch perch probably. Yeah, nice one. I used to keep these perch, but I found over the years that I really don't enjoy eating them. They're not bad to eat as far as like freshwater fish go, but they're like, you know, he's a little under 11 inches. So yeah, we'll let him go. Alright, well, we got a couple fish here. We beat the skunk, but it's slow. It doesn't really seem like it's happening. I wouldn't say that it's happening. So we're gonna go try the other lake, Hopewell Lake, and it's gonna be the same kind of deal, you know. Most of the lake will be unsafe, and then there'll be like, you know, pockets of safe ice like this. So I don't know. Let's go over there. Yeah, this is the 68-acre lake, Hopewell, and sketchy ice still. I mean, like, there's gonna be ice that just formed like last night, and then there's gonna be this like 2-day-old ice, which is probably gonna be safe. So let's drill a hole and see what we got. Alright, this ice is same thickness, if not thinner. Man, so like we have to go pretty far out to get to like any kind of fishable water. I mean, you can fish this, but this is all shallow. Probably be some sunfish in here, but I mean, the place I really want to fish, you know, further down the lake is not going to be fishable. And I don't know if I really want to be testing my luck on all this snow-covered ice when it's just this thick. I mean, this is even thinner than Scott's Run where we just were. So, the other option is to drive to Lake Onalani, which is a little bit of a drive, but I know they have like real safe ice there, 5 inches of ice. So we might just do that. I don't know. I'm gonna think. Let's think. Well, what we did is we went to Wawa and we got some coffee, and then we came back to Scott's Run because I thought about going to a different lake, but then I typed it into Google Maps. It was like 45 minutes away, and I don't think it's worth the drive out there because it's probably just gonna be the same thing as here, except with thicker ice. So we just came back to Scott's Run. Stock's trout waters. I don't know. We'll continue our search for trout, bass, pickerel, perch, you know, pick up where we left off. I know the ice is like pretty safe, you know, I was fishing it, and Hopewell ice is sketchy, so we're just gonna stick it out here. Maybe the fish will turn on, you know. My fly's down. Zip her up. As I was driving here, I noticed the air temperature has warmed up to a balmy 20 degrees. A little warmer than it was this morning. I think it was 13 when I got here. Alright, I just drilled a couple holes. And I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm going to drop down the shinner, or the minnow, on this dead stick rod. And throughout the day, I mean, these fish will turn on and turn off, and just because they don't bite, you know, in the morning doesn't mean they won't be biting in the afternoon, and vice versa. You know, changes throughout the day. So we're trying to get a nice minnow here. So again, we're just going to hook it through the tail and keep the minnow suspended. So he's about like 1.5 feet off the bottom right now. Back with the pink pimple. Let's see what we can get on the pink pimple here. He's still down there. You can see that fish down there. He's moving around on the bottom just under my jig. He's been down there for a minute or two. You know, since I dropped down I saw him, but it's not hitting. Yeah, he's down there. He's coming up for it. Got a fish rising under our jig. There we go. That's cool. Another perch. Another nice perch. These perch are decent size, you know?
Yeah, definitely nothing wrong with these fish. This is the third one. Pretty nice. Slammed the pinky. This one's actually hooked deep. The perch. Oh yeah, it came right out. Yeah, so that's a good one. You know, another 11-inch perch. Seems like this is... I'm gonna release him in a different hole because there might be more down there. And if I release him here, there's a good chance he's gonna swim far away and take whatever other perch are down there with him. So we're gonna let him go over here. Oh, he's singing now. Alright, let's let him go. Alright, cool, man. Those are good perch. That's not bad. Not a bad perch. I saw him rising with the electronics. Let's see if we can get some more. Sad to say, but that's actually, like, these perch are bigger than the average perch I would catch here or at Hopewell or at like Marsh Creek. You know, like the ice fishing spots just west of Philly. There's a fish. What do we got? Oh, pumpkin seed. Got a pumpkin seed. Something about this pink jig. Oh. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and release that one. Definitely no interest in keeping that. Alright, I think we're doing okay for ourselves here. We got 2 fish pretty quick since getting back to Scott's Run here. Yep, he's right on. Oh, there he is. Another perch. Smallest one yet. 2 fish, 3 fish, I don't know. And there's more marks down there, so I'm gonna release this guy over here again. You know, away from the hole. Smallest perch yet. Still would have been good to eat. In fact, that size is better to eat than the bigger ones, from what I've found, in my opinion. But there's some life down there. I'll show you what I'm marking. So you can see that black mass is the bottom. Right now it's not marking it. There it is. See those 2 marks off the bottom? This is my jig falling down towards them. Looks like one is rising right now. Oh, there's one. Ooh, another perch. Those are not bad perch to be catching here. Likes that pink jig. Maybe the pink jig is the key for the perch. No pink jig on him. Yeah, this would be another good one to eat. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop him down here. Try not to spook any more perch. Another good one. These are not bad perch. Oh, it's about 2 o'clock now. The bite has slowed down and the wind picked up. The wind is blowing like 10 miles an hour now. Gusting to 15 miles an hour. It's coming out of the south. It's actually going to warm up the rest of this week. It's supposed to be like 60 degrees in a few days. Very odd swings in temperatures. It gets really cold and then really unseasonably warm. But I think I'm going to give this like another hour or so because I'm getting really cold. So I'm just going to keep fishing, moving around, trying to find, like, you know, the fish. This is the last spot because it's just too cold. The wind ruined it. It was like, you know, cold this morning, but the wind was not blowing, so it wasn't so bad. But now, the wind is crazy. Freezing. Yeah, we're gone. We're gone. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Dismal time of winter. Gonna try to go down to freaking Florida soon. Hopefully. But until then, see you guys next time. Alright, well, I left the lake a while ago and ran into a buddy of mine who I really don't know, only through the internet. Talked with him for a while and his buddy, and yeah, dude, I don't know. This is where I'm at, which is Marsh Creek Lake, kind of like the back of a cove here, right at dusk, and I'm actually standing on the ice, as you can see. It looks pretty treacherous, you know. This ice that I'm standing on here is just thick enough to support my weight. I mean, I'm probably in 3 feet of water right now, which is, you know, why I am not going any further out. I don't entirely trust this, but it's 22 degrees, and I'm pretty sure it's been that temperature all day. Here's the thickness of the ice. You can kind of get a gauge from these bubbles. Like, might have like 2 inches of ice here. Doubtful that this would be good to go, you know, by tomorrow. And then tomorrow afternoon it's going to be above freezing, and then every day after it's going to be warmer and warmer until Friday. It's supposed to be 60, so all this will be open water by then. Also some rain coming. I don't know, this is just a quick flash freeze. You know, it's only getting below freezing for a few days, and then it's back up into the mild weather pattern. Just like huge fluctuations in temperature. That's what we're seeing. In a normal year, if it locks up early January like this, you know, even if it gets above freezing a little bit for like a little while, the ice will survive, and like, you know, we'd be fishing this in no time. Just like a few nights of lows in the 20s would thicken this up enough that we could be out here, you know, in no time. But it's not the case. It's going to get above freezing starting tomorrow, and then the ice will be melting, and then we'll be starting to, whoa there, starting over again. Check out this ice rescue station. In case like I were to fall through out there, call for help. Hopefully someone hears me. They throw me the life jacket or life ring. I don't know. Nice evening out there. As you can see, it's all locked up. It's all locked up. Probably a half-inch of ice. Half-inch of ice, if that. It's not gonna make it. Piss poor. Piss poor. Winter. Make up your mind. Either stay cold or stay warm. We can't handle these fluctuations in temperature like this. You're gonna drive us all crazy. But yeah, that's it. All locked up. Alright guys, see you next time.